Joining me now to further the discussion, we have former U.S. Attorney and host of the Talking Feds podcast and Substack, Harry Litman. Harry, welcome. So the Manhattan DA, Alvin Bragg, said that Mangione could be facing additional charges on top of the second-degree murder and gun charges after a potential motive in the killing is established. Like what? What other charges are possible?
Well, I think this reflects a kind of internal battle or discussion that's going on now at the level of the DA. And I read between the lines that the police department is pushing for a higher charge of first degree. In Manhattan law, what we normally think of as first degree, lying in wait, intentional murder, as he did, is charged second degree unless there's an extra element to bump it up. And the one thing they are talking about now is terrorism. If you go down the list, really they don't seem to fit very well. But could they try to argue that Mangione was trying generally to perpetrate fear within society, within the healthcare industry? That's my sense of the kind of internal debate going on now. They don't have to decide immediately, and you expect that they're already in a grand jury, and I expect they're already preparing them to return second-degree murder, New York charges.
So we have heard Mangione's lawyer is challenging his extradition to New York in a Pennsylvania court, and that could take weeks. What will prosecutors need to show to have him brought back to New York?
Next to nothing, which is why with his new lawyer, Karen Agnifilo, who is both really knows the people in the courthouse, but also has great trial chops. All they have to show is he's the guy identified in the New York charges. He is Mangione, and the charges are bona fide. A second-degree murder here would be bona fide. So it's predetermined that he will lose. So the reason to go ahead and waive would be you save the money from the fight. Some people think it curries goodwill with the prosecutors, and defense lawyers often tell their clients, look, we're going to trial here, or we're going to gear up. Let's just start with this part of your life and get sort of settled in to what's going to be happening for the next many months.
Can I ask you, how does a defense attorney build a case for a suspect who has a trail of evidence tying him to a crime, including videotape, his fingerprints at the scene, handwritten notebook entries? Where does a defense attorney begin there?
Right. Karen Agnifilo has a very good reputation, but I can't see it. I think the case here, the evidence will be overwhelming. So the only chance is some kind of defense. I see two possibilities. The first is an insanity defense. That's a hard one under New York law because he'll have to show that he didn't appreciate his act was wrong. And his confession itself says, I didn't use a bomb. I didn't want to hurt others. It's too bad I had to do this, but they're parasites. I think it's very, very hard case. And then the second would be to take a second-degree murder charge to a first-degree manslaughter charge if they can show he was acting under extreme emotional disturbance. And we're hearing a lot about his terrible back pain and his operation and this 8-month period when he disappeared. I don't see that as a very strong possibility, but it would be that. In terms of he's not the guy, are you going to believe your own eyes or not? There's no defense there, and someone as sophisticated as Karen recognizes that.
Okay.